each other. Like, if you do this, I'll give you that, or we take turns. We take turns a lot.
Abby and Brittany Hensel, the remarkable conjoined twins who captured the world's attention with their unique bond and inspiring journey, are now facing a new and deeply emotional chapter in their lives. From childhood fame to adult accomplishments, the twins have defied expectations at every turn. But now, news has emerged that has left fans and supporters around the globe stunned and heartbroken. What heartbreaking decision are Abby and Brittany facing? And how have they been able to navigate their daily lives despite the challenges? Join us as we reveal why conjoined twins Abby and Brittany Hensel are saying goodbye after their tragic news. The Oprah Winfrey Show and the public fascination. The world has been left speechless time and again by extraordinary events. And the birth of conjoined twins Abby and Brittany is one such moment that captured global curiosity. Their remarkable story continues to spark wonder, inviting us all to watch closely and imagine the endless possibilities of what could be. Abby and Brittany Hensel were only 5 years old when they were first introduced to the world on the Oprah Winfrey Show in April 1996. Small in stature, but already brimming with personality, the twins charmed viewers with their laughter, candor, and shared love for Disney movies. During the segment, they spoke with innocent confidence about how they cooperatively moved their single shared body, each twin controlling her own side in a breathtaking display of instinctive coordination. Their brief but powerful appearance sparked national interest and led to a prominent feature on the cover of Life magazine, boldly titled "One Body, Two Souls." The article, titled "The Hensel Summer Magazine," offered readers a rare glimpse into their day-to-day lives, full of play, learning, and the early signs of a deep and inseparable bond. It wasn't just a story of biology, it was a story of sisterhood, strength, and the extraordinary wrapped in the ordinary. Fascinated by what they saw, the world wanted updates, and the media delivered. In September 1998, Life magazine published a follow-up piece on the twins, tracking their growth and continued development. The public's fascination grew not out of spectacle, but from the human story behind the headlines. How do two people live as one, and do so with such grace? In 2002, the Discovery Health Channel aired a deeply moving documentary titled "Joined for Life," produced by Advanced Medical Productions. The documentary provided a medical and personal lens on the challenges the twins faced and the remarkable cooperation they had developed. The following year saw a sequel documentary titled "Joined at Birth." That same year, both Time and Life magazines returned to the Hensel household to document how adolescence was shaping their paths. As they approached their teenage years, more international media took notice. In 2005, at age 11, Abby and Brittany were featured on the UK television series Extraordinary People, which aired a special episode devoted entirely to their lives. These appearances not only maintained public interest, but slowly shifted the narrative, from awe to admiration. Now there's another twist in the turns, as the conjoined twins Abby and Brittany Hensel are now saying goodbye to all after their tragic news. While all the spotlights were fun while it lasted, the twins have decided to step back from the spotlight. This may come as sad news for people who have followed their fascinating lives since they first came out on Oprah Winfrey's show. While the world focused on their unique lives as conjoined twins, their family later chose to limit public appearances, focusing on their personal lives and careers. While the twins have shared glimpses of their lives on social media, they have generally avoided public appearances and interviews, choosing to prioritize their privacy and careers. The possibility of Abby and Brittany conceiving a child has also sparked intense debate and divided public opinion. While many have expressed heartfelt joy and admiration for their resilience and the prospect of motherhood, others question the ethics and practicalities involved. Concerns have been raised particularly about the potential health implications for both the twins and the baby. Despite their unique physical condition, with Brittany unable to feel sensations on the right side of their shared body and Abigail on the left, their movements are remarkably synchronized, almost as if controlled by a single mind. This extraordinary coordination means that conceiving a child through conventional means is, biologically, within the realm of possibility, but still poses a lot of risks. While the debates will go on until at least the prospect of the twins having a child becomes a reality, let's go back to how TLC changed the twins' lives. So, what impact did TLC make that changed the narrative around the conjoined twins? Let's find out. The TLC era, a new chapter on reality TV. Everything changed when TLC, the network known for producing thoughtful and often transformative reality content, expressed interest in the Hensel twins' journey. TLC had already built a reputation for featuring individuals with rare conditions or unique lifestyles in shows such as Little People, Big World, and The Little Couple. The network recognized something exceptional in Abby and Brittany, not just their medical condition, but their quiet strength, academic success, and joyful outlook on life. The idea of a reality show required careful consideration. Conversations began between the twins, their parents, and the production team. It wasn't simply about telling a story. It was about protecting privacy, honoring their individuality, and showcasing their lives on their own terms. After thoughtful negotiations, Abby and Brittany decided to move forward. They understood that the platform could be powerful, not only for them, but for others who felt different, misunderstood, or unseen. Abby and Brittany premiered in 2012, offering viewers an unprecedented look into the everyday life of the conjoined twins. The 8-episode series followed them through significant milestones, graduating from Bethel University, job hunting as teachers, traveling with friends, and navigating adulthood. The show quickly garnered attention, not because of sensationalism, but because of its honesty. Audiences were drawn to the twins' humor, resilience, and refusal to let their condition define them. Viewers watched as they planned lessons, learned to drive, applied for teaching jobs, and enjoyed time with friends, all while displaying a remarkable balance of teamwork and independence. The show didn't shy away from the challenges either. It revealed the behind-the-scenes effort required for everyday activities, walking in unison, selecting clothes that suited both personalities, or dealing with public curiosity. But far from being defined by hardship, the twins emerged as symbols of possibility and perseverance. From the moment they were born, Abby and Brittany Hensel have lived in a world that constantly demands explanations. Yet, through every television appearance, magazine feature, and now a reality series, they have patiently, courageously offered the world something far more valuable: understanding. Their condition, dicephalic parapagus, presents immense physical and emotional complexity. But through years of living as two souls in one body, they've developed not just a shared rhythm, but a shared strength, mastering tasks that most take for granted. Walking, running, even dressing require precision teamwork, honed through hours of constant collaboration. Through their public journey, Abby and Brittany have invited the world not just to look, but to learn. Their story is not one of limitation, but of limitless humanity. And in doing so, they continue to rewrite what it means to be normal, encouraging others to see uniqueness not as an obstacle, but as a gift. But where did the journey start from? Let's go back to the very beginning. The extraordinary twins. Abby and Brittany Hensel are extraordinary sisters who have captivated the world with their rare and remarkable bond, quite literally. Born on March 7, 1990 in Carver County, Minnesota, the twins came into the world not just as siblings, but as an incredibly rare phenomenon known as decephalic parapagus twins. This means they are conjoined side by side, sharing a single body but possessing two distinct heads and two vibrant individual personalities. Conjoined twinning is a medical rarity, occurring in approximately 1 out of every 189,000 live births. Even more uncommon is the survival of such twins beyond infancy, but not these twins. Abby and Brittany not only survived, but thrived, defying medical odds and societal expectations alike. Their condition results from the incomplete separation of a single fertilized egg during the earliest stages of embryonic development. In Abby and Brittany's case, they share many of the body's vital functions, yet maintain a fascinating degree of individuality. Each has her own heart, spine, stomach, and nervous system from the chest downward. This biological layout grants each twin control over one side of their shared body, Abby on the right, Brittany on the left. Their coordination is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Whether riding a bike, swimming, or typing on a keyboard, Abby and Brittany move in perfect harmony, a testament to the strength of their lifelong partnership. Every gesture is a product of teamwork, and their deep, intuitive connection is visible in everything they do. Growing up as conjoined twins brought its share of challenges, from the practical to the deeply personal. Yet their story is not defined by hardship. It's a story of resilience, cooperation, and an unbreakable sisterhood that has inspired people around the globe. Raising one child is a journey filled with joys and challenges, but for Mike and Patty Hensel, raising two daughters who share a single body yet possess two entirely different minds, hearts, and personalities was an undertaking that required extraordinary love, resilience, and vision. From the very beginning, the Hensels made a conscious and courageous decision. Abby and Brittany would not be treated as one person. They would be seen and nurtured as two unique individuals. That parenting choice became the foundation of the twins' development, allowing each sister to grow into her own identity, explore her own interests, and express her unique self, even within a shared physical form. Like most children, Abby and Brittany faced the everyday ups and downs of growing up, school, friendships, and discovering their place in the world. But for them, adolescence came with an extra layer of complexity. Despite their rare condition, they enrolled in public school, determined to live as normal a life as possible. They navigated crowded hallways, made friends, and explored extracurricular passions just like their peers. One of those passions was sports. Abby and Brittany developed a love for athletics and actively participated in team sports like volleyball and softball. Their involvement didn't just showcase their physical capabilities, it also demonstrated their refusal to be limited by circumstance. Their teamwork, both on and off the field, amazed coaches and classmates alike. After high school, the twins continued their journey together at Bethel University in St. Paul, Minnesota, where they pursued degrees in education. Though they initially explored different concentrations within the major, the demands of managing separate academic tracks proved overwhelming. Ultimately, they chose to move forward with a unified path, and in 2012, Abby and Brittany proudly graduated with a shared Bachelor of Arts in Education. Their clothing, too, reflects both unity and individuality. Many of their garments are specially tailored, with dual necklines to highlight their distinct identities. They share one meal for convenience, and when they type emails or communicate digitally, they do so as one, displaying an almost telepathic level of coordination that rarely requires discussion. In many cases, a glance or a subtle shift is all it takes to understand each other. Fascinatingly, their speech patterns offer a glimpse into how they navigate the world. When they're in agreement, they often speak in unison, using I. But when opinions differ, they switch seamlessly to using each other's names. Abby thinks this, or Brittany prefers that. A subtle but powerful reminder of their individuality. Privacy, understandably, is sacred to the twins. They've voiced their discomfort with being stared at or photographed without permission, and they strive to maintain personal boundaries in a world that often sees them as a curiosity. Despite their global recognition, they prefer to lead lives of quiet determination and dignity. When they were just 16, Abby and Brittany opened up in an interview with the Discovery Channel, offering a rare and heartfelt look into their dreams for the future. Like many teenagers, they spoke of dating, falling in love, getting married, and having children. Their desires were refreshingly relatable, a proof that beneath the medical marvel, they are two young women simply seeking the same joys and milestones as their peers. While it might be difficult for some to see them as individuals because they share so many organs, a unique look into their anatomy tells a different story. So, what does the anatomy say about the conjoined twins? Let's delve into the extraordinary details. The distinct anatomy. At first glance, Abby and Brittany Hensel appear like a pair of identical twins captured in a single frame. But look closer, and their extraordinary anatomy unfolds a story of shared strength and remarkable coordination. The two sisters share one body, but with two distinct heads and necks. Their torso, broader than average to accommodate 2 hearts and 4 lungs, branches into a single set of arms and legs. At birth, they even had a small, underdeveloped third arm nestled between the bases of their necks, connected to a shoulder blade at the back. Surgeons later removed the extra limb, though the shoulder blade remains as a small remnant of what might have been. From an early age, differences between the sisters became subtly visible. Abby's head naturally tilts about 5 degrees outward to the right, while Brittany's tilts more steeply, about 15 degrees to the left, causing her to appear slightly shorter, especially when seated. Brittany also has a shorter leg by nearly 2 inches, which she compensates for by walking on tiptoe. Over time, this adaptation has sculpted her calf muscle into a visibly more developed form than Abby's. When Brittany's growth slowed prematurely, doctors surgically halted the growth of Abby's spine to preserve their physical symmetry. At age 12, both girls underwent a complex surgery at Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare to correct scoliosis and expand their chest cavity, ensuring they could breathe without difficulty as they grew older. Despite the intricate realities of their shared body, the twins exhibit an astonishing ability to live fully and cooperatively. Interestingly, when one experiences a stomachache, it's the other who feels it. This remarkable biological arrangement requires constant teamwork, but the result is seamless fluidity. Their coordination extends to music and machines. They can play the piano and even drive a car. In fact, when the time came to earn their driver's licenses, they had to pass the tests separately, despite the fact that every journey behind the wheel is a duet, a fascinating and tedious task that they both achieved with aplomb. Abby manages the pedals and controls on the right, while Brittany takes charge of the left side instruments. Together, they steer. Their unique heights, Abby stands 5 feet 2 inches, while Brittany is 4 feet 10, sometimes create challenges, such as balancing on a Segway, a scene humorously captured in their 2012 reality show. Beneath the surface, their internal anatomy is a complex blend of individuality and unity. Above the waist, they possess mostly separate organs: 2 spines that merge at the coccyx, 2 separate spinal cords, 2 hearts beating in sync, and 4 lungs, though some are partially fused. They breathe in harmony through a shared diaphragm with only a small central defect. From the diaphragm downward, the body becomes increasingly unified. They share a liver, enlarged and elongated to serve both, along with 1 large intestine, 1 bladder, and a single set of reproductive organs. There are 2 stomachs, 2 gallbladders, and a Y-shaped small intestine that demonstrates a curious quirk, a doubled but slightly spastic peristalsis at its junction. Their 3 kidneys, 2 on the left, 1 on the right, function together as a single system. Living as conjoined twins may not fit conventional definitions of independence, But Abby and Brittany have forged their own path, a life of partnership, resilience, and astonishing harmony. In a world that often underestimates the extraordinary, they've redefined what it means to live fully together. To the casual observer, Abby and Brittany Hensel might seem to share everything, limbs, organs, and even a life path. But they've always found ways to express their individuality, right down to the clothes they wear. Many of their outfits are specially tailored by a seamstress, with two distinct necklines designed not just for comfort, but to celebrate who they are as separate individuals. The subtle alterations turn their shared wardrobe into a daily declaration. Two unique identities coexisting in one extraordinary body, leading a normal life. The world first met Abby and Brittany Hensel in 1996, when the then 5-year-old conjoined twins made a heartwarming appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show. With their bright smiles and synchronized movements, they captivated a global audience and quickly became symbols of courage and unity. Over the years, their story evolved, from childhood curiosity to adolescence in the spotlight, and eventually, adulthood marked by extraordinary achievements. Now, the twins have reached a remarkable and deeply personal milestone. Abby is married. Best known for their feel-good TLC reality series, Abby and Brittany. The series, though brief with just one season, left a lasting impression. At the time, the twins had just graduated from Bethel University with degrees in education, ready to embark on careers that would challenge perceptions and inspire others. A decade later, their journey continues to unfold in inspiring ways. Public records now confirm that Abby, age 34, married Josh Bowling, a nurse and United States Army veteran, in 2021. The ceremony, shared in a few carefully selected wedding photos on social media, was a quiet but powerful declaration of love, resilience, and a life fully lived. The couple resides in Minnesota, not far from where the twins were born and raised. Today, Abby and Brittany are both teaching 5th grade, continuing their shared passion for education and shaping young minds in the very community that supported them through childhood. Abby and Brittany are dicephalic conjoined twins, meaning they have 2 heads and share one body. Though they share most organs below the waist, each twin controls her respective side. Their coordination is astonishing, requiring constant communication and mutual understanding. They live one physical life, but with 2 vivid, independent perspectives. When they were born in 1990, doctors offered their parents, Patty and Mike Hensel, a grim choice: attempt a dangerous separation surgery with a high risk of losing one or both girls, or raise them as they were. "How could you pick between the two?" Mike said in a poignant Time interview in 2001. The Hensels chose love over risk, refusing to divide the indivisible. This love has continued to grow ever since, and the parents have hoped that the twins would have the opportunity to do the same for their children. Their story is a statistical miracle. Conjoined twins is a rare occurrence. Of those that occur, about 70% are female, and the vast majority are stillborn or die shortly after birth. Abby and Brittany's survival was a rare blessing, and their flourishing lives are nothing short of extraordinary. In the 2003 documentary Joined for Life, Patty, the mother of conjoined twins Abby and Brittany Hensel, shared her daughter's childhood aspirations. From a young age, the twins had expressed a desire to become mothers themselves. Their mother saw this dream as potentially feasible, given that their reproductive organs functioned normally. Patty's hopeful tone reflected her support for her daughter's ambitions. Brittany enthusiastically echoed her mother's sentiments, affirming their desire to be moms. However, the twins acknowledged that they hadn't yet given much thought to the practicalities of motherhood. When asked back then, at just 16 years old, they felt no pressing need to figure out the details, instead focusing on their youthful aspirations and the possibilities that lay ahead. The idea of motherhood for conjoined twins may seem complex, but as with everything else in their lives, the twins have always found their own rhythm. Abby's marriage marks not only a personal turning point, but possibly the beginning of a new future they once only imagined. While the story of Brittany and Abby Hensel has caught the attention of the whole world, they far from the one once that's fascinated the public. A different miracle, the Delaney twins. While Abby and Brittany's story is one of unity, another incredible tale speaks of separation and survival. The journey of Aaron and Abby Delaney. Born prematurely at 30 weeks on July 24, 2016, Aaron and Abby entered the world facing astronomical odds. Their condition, craniopagus twinning, where the twins were joined at the head, occurs in only 1 in 2.5 million births. Diagnosed just 11 weeks into pregnancy, their mother, Heather Delaney, described the shock and disbelief. "It's something you only see on TV," she recalled. "I thought, this doesn't happen to people." But it did happen, and so began a journey of faith, science, and sheer will. In June 2017, the twins underwent a daring 11-hour separation surgery at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, one of the most complex procedures of its kind. The delicate operation involved separating not just bone and skin, but also the shared blood vessel known as the superior sagittal sinus, which helps drain blood from the brain. 48 agonizing hours later, Heather finally exhaled. The twins had survived. After 5 months in intensive care, they were discharged, a day their parents once feared might never come. Now Abby and Aaron Delaney are thriving. Though they face developmental delays and attend specialized classes at a mainstream school, their spirits are soaring. Aaron, who began walking at age 5, now leads her sister in adventure. In a joyful milestone, both girls graduated from kindergarten. At the ceremony, Aaron received the Dolphin Award for her adventurous heart, and Abby was honored with the Deer Award for being a kind and gentle friend. Reflecting on the journey, Heather Delaney shared her purpose. "It has always been our goal in sharing our story to reach any other parents faced with the same type of pregnancy we had, to give them hope," she said. "We want to show there is the possibility they can be separated and live healthy, happy lives." Her final words echo a sentiment that could easily apply to the Hensel twins as well. The sky's the limit. From Abby's wedding to Aaron and Abby Delaney's kindergarten graduation, these stories remind us of the limitless power of hope, choice, and perseverance. Whether united or separated, these extraordinary individuals and their families continue to rewrite the narrative of what's possible, showing the world that the human spirit is capable of remarkable things. The legacy of Ronnie and Donnie Gallion and their influence on Abby and Brittany Hensel. In 1961, at a lively fair in San Bernardino, California, Wesley Gallion was handcuffed, not for a crime, but because his twin sons, Ronald Lee and Donald Lee Gallion, had drawn such public attention that authorities invoked an obscure 1973 law prohibiting the exhibition of individuals with physical deformities. The Gallion twins were only 9 years old at the time, but their lives were already emblematic of a deeper societal fascination and discomfort with bodies that defy what the norms look like. Born conjoined at the abdomen in Dayton, Ohio, in 1951, Ronnie and Donnie shared a bond that was both literal and emotional. Although each had their own vital organs, they were physically inseparable, sharing a colon, bladder, and genitals. Doctors deemed them inoperable at birth, and even as separation became technically possible decades later, the twins chose to remain as they were. Their decision wasn't merely about physical risk, it was about identity, unity, and the power of choice. Ronnie and Donnie's story became one of quiet resilience. After early years of seclusion, they entered the world of sideshow performance, not out of vanity, but necessity. They lived in a world where simply existing meant being stared at, so they chose to control the narrative. From state fairs to talk shows, their lives were watched with a mix of wonder, discomfort, and curiosity. What audiences saw? Two brothers playing board games, watching TV, or simply eating was profoundly ordinary. And that's precisely what made it extraordinary. Their public presence helped normalize the idea that conjoined lives could also be full lives. By the time they passed away in 2020, at age 68, becoming the longest-living conjoined twins in recorded history, Ronnie and Donnie had quietly expanded the public imagination of what it meant to live a meaningful, dignified life with a body that challenged convention. Their lives paved the way for a new generation of conjoined twins, most notably Abby and Brittany Hensel. Abby and Brittany grew up in a different cultural moment, but they too have had to navigate public fascination with grace, humor, and strength. Sharing one body with two heads and distinct personalities, they burst into the public eye in their youth with TV appearances and a documentary series. But unlike the era of sideshows, the Hensel twins have actively shaped how their story is told. Where Ronnie and Donnie carved out agency within the spectacle, Abby and Brittany have pushed further, using their platform not just to be seen, but to be understood. They earned college degrees, became teachers, and live independently, challenging assumptions not just about what conjoined twins can do, but what they should be allowed to do without being reduced to medical marvels or curiosities. Their impact reaches far beyond the world of conjoined twins. They've become global figures of perseverance, individuality, and sisterhood. Whether navigating everyday challenges like driving a car, managing separate interests, or simply teaching a classroom full of students, Abby and Brittany inspire others by living unapologetically bold lives rooted in normalcy and mutual respect. The legacy of Ronnie and Donnie Gallion lives on in Abby and Brittany Hensel, not just in their shared experience of conjoinment, but in the courage to define their own identities and futures. While the Gallion twins illuminated the struggles and quiet victories of an earlier generation, the Hensel twins have carried the torch into a new era, showing the world that life, no matter how unusual its form, is worth living fully. And that's perhaps the most powerful legacy of all. Conjoined or not, they remind us that identity is not about what separates us. It's about what connects us. In the end, the story of Ronnie and Donnie Gallion is not merely one of medical rarity or sideshow fame. It's the story of two brothers who spent their lives navigating the intersection of identity and spectacle, choice and circumstance, together, always together. The same way Brittany and Abby have been doing. Now, nearly 30 years after their life in the spotlight began, Abby and Brittany continue to teach and progress in their lives. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Also check out another interesting video by clicking on the video shown on your screen. See you on the other side.